How's everyone doing today? The stream will be live here shortly. Hopefully the webcam on my end is working correctly. It kept freezing over and over. Winter event rewards and new ship reveal. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be the winter ship likely being shown today. Darthon, Sora, Tim, Kaz, how's it going? Lemo, Ton, Gamesmith, Cal. Yeah, it makes the most sense to do the winter ship today because that's going to build that pipe for the event next week. Bridger, how's it going? Let me make sure too, this is going to get the Firefox audio. I hear that is actually important. So I'm going to just, this is a prior stream they did. I'm going to unmute this. Let me know if audio comes through for you guys. No audio?
Just now that I did, and I also really dig the use of the mask.
Yep, the flaming hair is definitely quite nice.
Okay, is that better? There should be audio now.
But also, if you want to chime in, don't be
Mac, how's it going?
shy.
Now audio, okay. I just wanted to make sure I had Firefox audio actually being captured. Twitch link, please. Yep, let me drop the Twitch link in. So if you're active in their Twitch chat during the stream, you'll have a chance to win one of a few T6 ship coupons. Yeah. So we're going to be focused really on this for this stream. There probably won't be too much commentary after their stream ends, just because I am multitasking here. I'm doing this while watching the nephew. Kyle, thank you. Yes, Epic creator code CasualSAB. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, the stream's live. Let me refresh the page. See, how's it going, Darthon? Yeah, if the webcam just freezes in place, I will, I'll just turn the webcam off. Let's hope the music doesn't get flagged on YouTube. I'll adjust the audio as needed. You? Yeah, I mean, people don't like to see the fat American. I've heard that on numerous videos and stuff. Your guess for the ship? So I said roll. I have no idea. I'm going into this completely blind, just like all of you. I know nothing about whatever this new ship is. I'm a big American Stuka. Whale probe incoming. I am tired, Sora. I'm a little tired. Yeah, that'd be nice, Kyle, but they're not going to do that explicitly because they're hoping you'll eventually cave and buy all 3 of the bundles you're looking at. Planetary Destroyer. Like I said too in the video last night, I did reach out to ask about, you know, any statements they could provide about the Ark and Deca situation, and hopefully there's going to be a more detailed response to clarify things in the next couple of days. USS Archer from Strange New Worlds. Ruin, how's it going? Avrod? With the summer and winter ships, that's where they really like to experiment. So hopefully this is something, you know, I want something that's going to shake things up, you know, buff up some alternative playstyle. That's what I want to see. The last couple of years have been a lot of chaos just to get back to where they were almost. Yeah, it's all this suffering the cryptic folks went through for what, you know, that's the big thing here. You know, still I am positive about the future of the game. I think the game is going to be in a much better position away from Embracer. It's just I think folks need that clarification about what's happening with the dev team to really feel good. Dan, thank you for the 5. Greatly appreciate it. Mac. Gavort from Lord X needs a new KDF ship.
No. Hello. Can everybody hear me?
Now I'm going to turn the audio up and it's going to blow all your ears out.
Hello and welcome. Wonderful winter event stream. I have some really exciting people on here today with me. You've met all of them at least once. Some of them I cannot get rid of. No, that's not true. I love having Jeremy here.
Hold on.
We have Ramos here, Phil, Alex, and Jeremy. All part of our amazing design team, and they're all here to show off what they've been doing for the winter event. I hope you're all just as excited as I am. And before we get to it, one question. As the winter event is almost here, which food from the winter event would you
Ralph?
actually eat? Starting with Jeremy here.
Rum, buttered, hot.
That barely counts as a food.
Well, it's on the list.
All right, Phil.
Actually, that's one of the few. I implemented the very first round of these winter event foods, and other designers have done the others since. So it also holds a little bit of a nostalgic place in my heart.
Oh, so you've added more foods over the years?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, that's really cool. Maybe I can pitch something for next year.
Oh, absolutely. We're all ears.
All right, not here. I'm
sorry for the audio imbalance. It's not on my end. I can't do much there.
I have to feel that it's got to be last year's fruitcake, because if it's still good, then it must be packed with brandy.
Still gives a buff, so it's got to be good, right?
Exactly.
Oh, this is getting worse. All right, Alex, please help. What is your choice?
Have you seen that glazed ham though? It looks so good. Like imagine some honey on it, like some sweet succulent ham. Oh my god.
I'm really curious if glazed targ is better or worse than glazed ham, though. Really curious about that.
Are targs similar to pigs?
Yeah. Well, they're like pig dogs, kind of. Yeah.
Okay, you lost me at the dog part, but at the pig part.
You're right, that's fair.
I was about to say I wish we could do a taste test, but I do take it back, actually.
Elite Jeffrey, you gotta stop with all the negativity, man. Every
stream.
stream.
I'm too vegetarian for this. All right, Ramos, what do you say?
I think either the Trician bubble candy, maybe the Jumja fudge. Like I really like sweets in general, so yeah, I think those.
No, I agree. I also think the Jumja is like, it sounds like the safest because the sticks are made with CasualSAB, I think. So it's like, like I love exploring alien cultures. I don't think I love exploring their food culture, actually. I'm too picky for that. So I think I'd go with something easy like candy too. All right. For
we
anyone...
were talking before the stream. before the stream started, we were talking about, is gach winter food? No, I think it's more of a warm weather food, to be honest. But I mean, that's another one that you're right. Exploring alien food seems really dangerous, but like, God, there's a small part of me that really would love to try gach it once.
Yeah, I mean, we could see what we find, and then we just meet up in the office one day, and then everybody can taste test. I think it will mostly be like can eat bugs or something to like approximate
I'm sure.
half the alien food.
I'm certain that there are fan-made Star Trek alien cookbooks out in the world somewhere that can teach you how to make gach and fried greel worms and
Not best served
sticks
cold.
and all sorts of things.
Yeah, maybe we should look into that. Maybe I can find like a content creator, like a cooking show, and then we can just have them on for like a Christmas thing, and then we like cook worms out of candy or something.
Mhm.
All right, for everyone who's really confused right now and who has not done the wonderful winter event before, Jeremy, why don't you give them a little bit of an explanation what they can expect next week?
Okay, great. I know that we do have, a small amount of new players that have been joining the game over the years, which we always love. So instead of jumping straight into the rewards this year, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a high-level overview of what the winter event is and what you can get out of participating and all the various activities that you can run. So don't know if my screen is being shared yet, but this
Yes,
is
it is.
the Winter Wonderland. If anybody is unfamiliar, this is a little pocket galaxy that Q creates for us every year. You don't get to see it like this, but dev hacks. It includes the famous gazebo. There is a tower defense section. There's a Klingon ice fishing event where you catch gummy worms by punching through the ice. There's a gingerbread village. Populated by little gingerbread people, but also occasionally invaded by the dreaded Snowconians. There's a snowball fight that happens occasionally where you can fight the little snow people that come to life, and you just throw snowballs at them, and it's super fun.
They're recapping it for like new people.
And then
for
there's
the
two
winter
different
event.
races. One is a competitive race where you race against other players, but the one that is actually usually done by players as our daily is this event where it's just a race on the ice. But do be careful because the track is very slippery, as you can see here. So it can be a little bit of a skill challenge to get going on this, and stay on the course as you go around the corners. You can also dig in the snowballs to find some to throw at the snowmen, and occasionally, while digging through snowball fields, you'll also get Christmas ornaments, not Christmas, sorry, misspoke, holiday ornaments, which are various types of currency that are used to buy things on the holiday store. I would encourage everybody that hasn't done this before to definitely check it out. I think it's one of the best fun activities that you can do in STO. Honestly, after our episodic content, I think the winter event is the best stuff in the game. That's my personal opinion. Followed very closely by the summer event, which some of you might have played on Ryza not too long ago.
Indeed, Ben.
So with that bit of an overview out of the way,
Both
now
events
we
are
can
good.
get into talking about the new prizes that we'll be offering to everybody this year. So since I'm here on the map, we'll be looking at a few things that are usable here on the map, starting with one of the wonderful new sweaters that I'm already modeling for you here. Phil is our primary designer and stakeholder for the winter event reward. So is there anything that you want to say or add about the Christmas sweaters? I'll also go into the tailor here and start swapping to a different one.
Is this not enough for you guys?
Well, after we've sent you to a repente for like your holiday slip there, Jeremy, winter this year has something old, something new, something borrowed, and something green and red like the burning fires of Grethor. Because we've definitely got a Fakiri theme going through the event this year. We've also got some new items. I think we've got slightly more than last year. As Jeremy has already shown you, like one of the sweaters, which was like lovely created by our artist Elisa. We also have traits in this winter event, which I'm really delighted to do.
Sounds like it.
2 new Universal Kit modules, new vanity pets, a transformation, which I'm not going to reveal at the moment, and then the pièce de résistance from my side, which is the new ground weapon, and you'll just need to wait till the end for the ship. So, Jeremy, do you want to take it away, and we'll go through things individually?
Yeah, I'm trying to find. So this is the Moopsie sweater comes with a custom hood, and I'm trying to find it. Unfortunately, I should have set this up ahead of time.
Can you look at head covering or head attach? Something like that.
Head attach or head covering.
On the bottom.
Yeah, okay. Good call. Would be nope. That was a good idea, but it's not there. God, I really want to show you guys this because this was the thing I teased before. It was the other Moopsie thing that was coming. Is it? There it is.
Oh, that's
There
cool.
It is. I found it.
That's cool right there.
The Moopsie hoodie.
I will not take this off for the next year, actually, for my character.
That's really cool. I want it. Yep.
Okay, I'm glad we found it. Okay. Yeah, Phil's already given a bit of a teaser. The other thing that I want to show here on the winter map, though, are our new line of Cervidae, our deers, our vanity pets. While I show these off, Phil, is there anything that you can tell us about them?
Gokhan was the person who,
Okay.
the artist who came up with the original concepts, which was really, really great. And Ian Castaneda was the person who fully realized them. We have 6 in the game. We have decorated and non-decorated varieties. There may be a classic red-nosed variety in there. But we also have the Twinkly, which you can see on the screen now.
It is. They look cool.
And the Stardust, which was the first one that
They're in the
Jeremy
Lobby store,
showed
right?
us.
Yeah, so this is the good old Rudolph with the bright red nose. Of course, we had to have this.
Oh, but it looks awesome with the antlers.
That
They
is
look
cool.
like candles, kind of.
And the decorated version. So you can choose whether you want a version with the decorated antlers or not. They come with a little bow as well. And each of these are individually purchasable at the vendor, just like past year's Vanity Pets.
This camera.
So yeah, very cute, very cool.
Oh, they're adorable. I want one for my living room.
Yeah, I mean, it's
This
more
one in
inventory space
particular
would be
was
great.
so we've only done this material once before, and it was for a starship. Some of you might know the V'ger ship. I forgot what it's called. The Compiler. That's it. Has this sort of starry nebula material set up on its deflector dish, which is really cool. So we had to do a little bit of experimentation, and Ian had to change the way that this fur was made to account for this on the ground. But it all came together really great.
And they look epic.
So cool.
I would pay
That
for a
looks
Vanity Shield
amazing.
that had an effect
That's
like
very
that.
What is the
disappointing.
cost? Sure, I can go look on the vendor.
Nothing
They're
yet,
pretty
but
cheap. We don't really make
They're going off
anything super
cosmetics.
expensive on the holiday vendor.
Redneck
But if you've
Thirst
never
2.
ran the winter event before, then you'll have to grind a little bit to get these little ornaments. But this is less than a day's work to get each of these pets. There you go. 25 sleigh bells and 25 gratitude beads. Also, if you didn't know already, you can buy collectibles, these ornaments, for low buy.
Don't do that. It's a
from the
bad
store here as
conversion
well.
typically.
So if you have excess low buy crystals, you can
Yeah.
just buy the ornaments to buy other things on the store.
They would love it if you
All
used
right.
your Lobby on that.
Well, this is it for this map because, well, no, sorry. I have one more thing to show off. I almost forgot. I can't believe I almost forgot.
The cosmetics so far.
How do I dismiss this pet? He might get in the way.
No, my
Yeah.
friend.
I'll come back later. You can get your own. Let's see. Where is a suitably epic place to use this? I'm gonna go on the lake. Okay, so last year, Alex actually was the one that introduced the snow transformation for the snow person, which a lot of players got a big kick out of last year. So this year we decided to do another snow transformation.
No bacon.
Tell us
not
all
yet,
about
not
it.
yet.
So, as I said, there is definitely a Fakiri feel about the holidays this season, and what we've done is we've given you Trampiri.
People are going to be having fun with that.
Now, let's see. Cones of Conduct. I think that's the tower defense over here, so I can go there and fight them. Using
Shadex,
Trampiri's
it typically isn't too
So
bad
this
because you
turns
can
you
get a
into
lot via
Trampiri
doffing
for
and with some of the
5
events.
minutes, I think.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. And then it has a cooldown, but you can use it repeatedly. It's only usable on the map, on the winter event map. But you have access to a bunch of Fakiri powers here. Let me just create a snowman test dummy.
That's it. Are you beating up
Forgot to
snowmen
put-
again?
Probably winter map only.
Well, they have to be snowmen to work on this map.
Yes.
So we have your basic attack, which is just throwing coal at your target, which does more damage than a snowball, I think, but not by a lot. The rest of their more fun powers. There's
It's
the
time for an update one.
chains, which hold the target in place while doing a bunch of damage over time, and then yanks them in. There is the sack jump, which jumps at somebody and then puts a sack on their head, holding them in place for a little while. And then there's another lunge that does just a big AoE at the target. And then looks like leaves behind a slowing debuff as well. So this is your new toy. You can get this thing on the winter store. If you already have the ornaments, you can buy it day one and start using it to beat up all the enemies on the winter map. Have fun punishing them as the Trampiri. No PvP. You can. There's no PvP in the winter map, so it's just against the snowmen and the snow boss, and the Koskari gummy worm. You can fight them, and the Snowconians. You can fight them, and yeah, let them have it. Throw your coal at them.
And while they're showing that off, yeah, all the
So
winter
I-
stuff
Yeah,
does
that
get
2
really
minute
cheap
cooldown
on the
before you can
exchange
use
also.
So I cannot try to catch all the moopsies with the sack. That's very sad, actually.
There's no moopsies yet on the winter event map. Other than you, once you buy this hoodie.
Yes.
Dan,
The
I
cost
don't
is the
believe.
same as last year's transformation. I think this is one of the more expensive items, but again, it's all ornaments. It's all earnable in game, or if you want to spend low buy crystal on it, it's we don't really want the winter event to be a big grind, so it should just be for fun. Here it is, 200 of each, which again, you can get that in a couple days if you're really going for it. It's not too difficult. Oh, I'm giving away teasers to what we're going to show off next. Why don't I go ahead and move over to the next map, because the other rewards are not usable on this map.
Suspense.
Are there any questions while we wait for my map server to load up? Oopsie.
He's so adorable.
They know people want to see the ship primarily, but they're going over the other stuff first.
Again, these are earnable with like holiday currency, winter event currency. So that's something we discussed and thought about because like traits are obviously quite powerful. But we thought that it's a really, really good time to be generous and give gifts out. And I think both of these will be useful to certain players.
Yeah, why don't we talk about those next? I have them unlocked, but
Yeah, so it's a Fakiri theme. Did we just lose the stream?
displaying
There we
or
go.
demonstrating them is going to be difficult. But we can just look
Yes.
through the tooltips and talk about them. So the first of these,
So-
as we've mentioned before, we're going with a pretty heavy Fakiri theme, which might hint at what we're going to show off at the end of the stream.
So, Fakiri Elemental Control, when I started at Deca, one of the first things that I built with the help of Jeremy was the Risa Elemental unit and all the different elemental kit modules. And we decided that maybe we'd do something that would work exactly the same as like the kit frame, but also could be combined with the kit frame to make those kit modules even more powerful, or could just stand alone as like a trait. So you have the choice about whether you use one or the other or both. And a selection of like the modules that we have, including the 2 new modules that we've created this year, which are elemental modules. And if you like this type of thing, if you like modules which are in a specific set, we can do something which is akin to the elemental modules, but something different. We'd definitely be interested in hearing your thoughts about this. But believe me, I've already got some ideas for like summer modules as well. So realistically, as Jeremy said, this is really, really hard to show because we can like attach both the items and you can see the bonuses, and we can attach the modules, but you'll get more out of it through the playing of it. And do you want to? Shall we look at the space?
Yes, just setting up for the kit modules, but yes, so we can look at the space trait as well, which will be even more difficult to show off because you need a ship that's properly geared out to use this one. But why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, so Twinkly Lights is Jeremy's idea. It was for people who want a rainbow of different weaponry on their ships, and it is keyed off the 6 main energy types. So if you have a phaser, a disruptor, a plasma, a polaron, a tetryon, and an anti-proton weapon on your ship, you decrease that enemy's damage resistance rating permanently while they stay alive, and until they are defeated. So that stacks up to 6 times, which gives you a really, really powerful advantage over like certain enemies. And
making
it works on
the UI
bosses
here
as well.
a bit bigger because some players were saying in the chat that they couldn't read it. So increase the chat size, the tooltip size.
That's like mega powerful.
So yes, this was my idea. This is kind of a throwback to like way back in the day when I started on the game. There were people who used to do what were either called Rainbow or Skittles builds.
Perfectly viable.
Using all different types of energy. You would mix the different energy types together. These days you can deliver on a Skittles build with a single energy type because we have so many variants of the different energy, like firing modes in the different lockboxes and things like that. But this is a harkening back to those original times. So you can debuff your foes for -20 all damage resistance every time you deal a unique energy type to them, and it lasts forever until they're defeated. Yeah, if you want to do this, even you can just equip it with one energy type and get at least that -20, which is always on. So it's a good baseline trait. And I'm hoping that we tuned it correctly so that the amount of buffs that you lose by mixing energy types can be made up for with this damage resistance debuff. Yeah, if you're running all 6 energy types, that does stack up to -120. Yep.
That's a really, really good trait. Like that's actually really strong. I like it.
Now, let's get back to ground combat to talk about, so there's a new ground weapon, which I actually want to do last before we start with the kit modules. There's 2 new victory themed kit modules. I want to start with It Eats You Alive. Where did the inspiration come from for this one?
Should be in Discord, Nick.
So the idea of being rooted to the spot and the forces of Grathor emerging from beneath you and devouring you whole. We couldn't quite do that in the rating of this game, but we did a good job, I feel, so far.
Yeah, I really like this one. I think that the visuals really sell it with these big magma skulls that come out of the ground and grab them and everything. And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Phil.
let me show that a few more times for everybody.
I don't remember if it was event.
It is a pretty narrow line, but it is a very long line. It goes out to like 100 units, like 30 something meters at its full length.
Looks great.
That
Very
was
cool.
more savage than I expected.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
It
turn
eats
the
you
webcam off.
alive. What did you want? I'm gonna
Oh, look at all our cute winter
pause
stuff.
so I
And
can look at
then
them.
there's that one thing that melts every enemy you ever had.
Try this.
Yeah.
There we go.
Raw. It has always been kind of a thematic disconnect on purpose that we brought the Fakiri into the winter event with all their fire and brimstone and everything. It's meant to be dissonant. It's meant to be thematically upsetting on purpose. And it actually all did start from the idea of the Krampus. We had a designer way back in the day who wanted to bring in the Krampus. There was a Krampus horror film that had become popular at the time. So we wanted to find a way that how would we do the Krampus in Star Trek, and so that became the Krampiri, and then that kind of just evolved into this very fiery theme that we revisit on occasion. The next one, what did we end up calling this? Banished to Grethor. Talk about what the inspiration for this one, Phil.
So,
While they're talking about this,
one-
I'm gonna mute and just say that trait that they showed for space, like with the uncon spam builds that have been like the current meta flavor for a while, like you could already do rainbow and really achieve really strong numbers. So this is going to fit right into that meta, especially for those not wanting to do plasma. So using this as a personal space trait on like a just an uncon Vovin style setup, like that's gonna be crazy good. Yeah, so just mixing different energy flavors like that's been viable for many years now. I don't remember what ship I did it in, but I've done some like rainbow turret setups in the past couple of months. Like, and they're perfectly able to get through content. Beams, both. It's so like using disruptor, phaser, tetron, polaron, plasma, anti-proton. It's a winter event trait. So you buy it from the winter event store, it sounds like. Beams, cannons, yeah. That's just a really good trait.
Power and knockback, but it looks just so amazing looking. It also does fire damage while they're flying through the air. They burn in the fires of Grethor.
I think the debuff is only for
possibly
you.
not as much fire damage as the next thing you're going to show.
Well, yes. So at one point that was called Step Through Grethor, with the idea being that you would actually banish them into the Nether Realm and they would have to pass through hell to come back. But we changed that a little bit. Okay, so with no further fanfare, let's just show off the weapon then, shall we? I think it kind of speaks for itself.
Oh, that is cool.
Who wants a demon?
I like it.
Indeed.
So this
Who
is the
wants
Rain
to
of
fight?
Fire. This was again concepted by Gokun and executed on by Ian Castaneda, who did an amazing job getting this thing to work. And there was quite some difficulties getting
Phil.
it properly scaled and held in the hands and everything like that. But the original concepts were a bit more like Hell Cannon like, and they had to be adapted a little bit more to fit the assault weapon scales for players. So tell us about the Rain of Fire, Phil.
Well, this was my chance to do Doom in Star Trek Online, to be honest. I think we were all on the...
Somebody's been playing Doom the Dark Ages. Somebody just said in chat.
It brings fire. It brings a lot of fire and a lot of burning dot and a lot of scorch. And yeah, fireballs, and then
I like it.
Even more damage with the secondary.
The secondary is this nice big fireball with a lingering fire patch.
It
to
does
burn
look
anybody
awesome.
that walks is silly enough to walk through it. Yep. And then we even gave it a custom tertiary as well. It does
Yeah.
fire damage. It's just a pretty standard rifle butt, but it does fire damage instead, and it has a chance
And
to
it
light
can
on
set
fire.
people on fire as well. There's so many opportunities to set people on fire with this weapon.
So
Burning effect looks so violent as well.
if
Indeed,
you've
Val.
been naughty this year, you'll go to hell or be set on fire, basically.
Flame on.
I mean, in my world, this is when you've been good.
Should be fire damage.
A different kind of winter event, I guess.
Dildo, thank you.
This is so fitting to be firing while I'm wearing the Moopsie hoodie, I feel.
The cosmetics they've done a
Hoodie is
really good
also
job here
amazing,
with.
I love seeing it. It looks so comfortable. I kind of want one in real life.
The hoodie?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get some marketing going. Get some merchandising.
I'm gonna write some people tonight. They don't know what's coming for them.
Okay, so I think that's everything, right? For the ground. I think it's time that
We've
we move
done
to.
everything ground.
I think it's time that we move to space to show everybody what they actually tuned in to see, because we know you guys. You only care about starships.
They know. They know
I
what we
do
want.
think the fire effect sold them a little bit this one time. But yes,
Yeah,
I
the
do
ground
also
stuff
have
looks,
a
good.
Starship. Also, you can get a Starship coupon today. So after we've talked about this awesome ship, I'm gonna run the giveaway. So just keep chatting, and 5 of you will get a T6 ship coupon in a few moments.
5 of you.
5 of you. I'll
Ian.
message you, ask for your character name, so please keep your Twitch open, or you can already message me. Please respect that it takes me a couple days to collect some names, get them sent out, all that kind of stuff. Make sure I can actually reach you
Moopsie
when you
class.
win, because otherwise I just keep all the ship coupons. And if you get a ship coupon and you get a ship, tag me when you buy one, because I'm really curious, and some of you have started doing that, and I'm really happy about seeing the kind of ships you buy with your ship coupons.
And they don't have to do anything special to enter, right? Just speak up in
No.
the chat and you'll be registered.
Exactly. Just talk now. I think it's like a 15-minute window, so if you talk in the next few minutes, you will be in.
Yeah, just say I want a coupon. That's fine.
Yes. Well, you can also say something more meaningful,
Solace?
so I can show
Let's
people
set the
how
bar
much
low.
you love the content.
All right, I'm pretty sure that I'm in the starship that we're showing off, so I've as soon as I click go, we're gonna see it. So here's the big reveal. Yes.
3-3.
Would you look at that?
So this is the new Fakiri Voktar temporal science vessel, right? Did I get that right?
Exactly.
Ramon is here because he did a bunch of the work on the actual ship art. So anything you'd like to tell us about it?
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about it. Yeah, this
Take your
ship
time.
is like...
This is your moment.
Looks good.
Yeah. It was super fire actor, and also the effects were done by Chris Menard, and they look amazing. You can see here like all the fire. It's super cool. And yeah, mainly what I did was the 3D model and also the new material. As you can see, it's pretty much a new version of the material we already had for the factory ships. But in this case, we wanted to make it like a little bit darker and more like whimsical. If you can see like some highlights when the light hits, it's
very
kind of
iridescent.
like I think the
Like
main
pearlescent.
inspiration was like a feather of like a crow or a raven, and yeah, I think it fits so well with this. And yeah, it was very fun to do. The shape is super cool. It feels like you could like drill through a whole like planet. And yeah, and when you're moving it, like so cool, like the effects and the fire and everything.
We good?
Where's the full impulse?
Another.
You should.
Oh right, because this has special
Yeah.
afterburner.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah. So there's during the concept stages, I know that we took some inspiration from a few different places.
I like the
Fans
visuals.
of Neverwinter and D&D might recognize a little bit of Nautilus in this ship, even with the adaptation of these oars, which other Fekiri ships have, but they're even set up in a way that's kind of reminiscent of the tentacles of a nautiloid ship, which is from D&D. There's a little bit of skull element here. I think the only thing that really comes through is the nose here. The deflector dish is very like a human skull, which I love. And it is asymmetrical. It's hard to tell at a glance, but if you look at it in this direction, you can see it is.
Yeah, especially
at least the outer sails part are asymmetrical. Yep. There's a lot of talk about what do the tubes do. We'll leave that up to players to figure out. But we ended up taking a lot of inspiration on the design side from this eye, this vortex, this giant
Big flaming hole.
Yeah, the big flaming hole on the side of the ship. It looks great, Ramon, and I'll show it off at the end of the stream after we've done talking about this ship. But we are making available a vanity shield of this material with like the pearlescence and everything. I'll try to show it on some other ships at the end, but you can buy that on the Winter store as well. It will not, of course, give you green flames. We can't do that with a vanity shield, unfortunately.
This is the new ship
beyond our technical capabilities. But the actual material, the gray metallic with the pearlescent sheen, will be available as a vanity shield that we'll look at later. Well, great work, Ramon. I'm really impressed with this, especially that subtle reflectivity. That's my favorite part of this by far.
Thank you.
And
also, like for the players to know, they can also use the other material, the red one. Mm-hmm. So if they don't like it, they can go back to the original one.
Oh yeah, let's
see.
I
think the ship. Yeah.
I should be able to go into the.
There's your answer.
The ship tailor. That they could do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it has 4 material options and two windows.
I went to the wrong tailor. Customize starship, that's it. Okay. 4 materials, yeah, just like you said. Yeah, that's the old favorite with the wooden paneling. How does a ship have wood paneling in space? Don't worry about it. And then you said different Windows options as well?
We don't know, Nathan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We haven't seen the layout yet.
Almost look like writing, those old windows. That's cool.
And also, like, when I was doing the ship, and I didn't have the new material done, I was using this one. Mm-hmm. And now that I see it, I always get like kind of nostalgic about it. So, yeah, it's fun to see it.
This is the winter event ship.
Cool. Well, let's get into talking a little bit about the ship's design. That's why Alex is here for us. And this is actually Alex's first starship that he's designed, with, of course, a lot of mentoring and oversight from both Phil and Mayo and myself.
It's temporal, at least.
But Alex, introduce us to your baby here. What did you do with this ship?
Welcome. As a massive D&D fan, you have no idea how happy I was that I was designing an actual nautiloid, like with the mind flares and stuff. So, this is a temporal science vessel, which means it's very heavily focused on science abilities and also just abilities in general. I wanted it to be more of a CC heavy machine. With the built-in console that it has, you're gonna find out soon enough. Mm-hmm. And it has access to all of the normal science vessel abilities like subsystem targeting. It also has like secondary deflector, and since it's a temporal of ship, it has the molecular reconstruction mechanic. The ship lineup is the seat lineup is heavily focused on science and because of the ship's bonus to auxiliary power. It also has a lieutenant commander universal and a few tactical and one tactical engineering seats.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really about it. It's a 3-3 layout for the weapons. I've seen some people asking whether it's going to be a 2-5 or 4-3. Yeah, it's a very interesting question.
0-8.
Of course. That gives me an idea for later on.
Let's see. Where's my console power? This is the Soul Scream Vortex, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to press the button. Let's show people what it does.
Have you ever wanted a gravity well on steroids? Well, there you go.
I didn't know I wanted it until now.
That visual.
Oh, these are unstoppable dummies.
Yeah,
but,
so they're not getting dragged in.
Yeah. It is supposed to drag the enemies in, and very heavily at that, since it's a massive green black hole, which applies multiple effects. One of them is psionic damage. Just so you know, psionic damage is a very rare thing in space due to the ship's influence from mind flares and stuff, and they deal a lot with psychic damage. It deals psionic damage. It also applies a debuff which reduces the flight speed and the turn rate of enemies inside the vortex by quite a lot. It also scales from your abilities, stats, sorry. And also applies a minus all subsystem power by 10. And finally, as you just noticed, it detonates at the end, which deals quite a lot of damage. Without knockback, though. So yeah, it's a 5-kilometer radius sphere. Acting very similarly to a gravity well, but it looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
My favorite part is these little ghostly faces that kind of float in and out of view.
Can you zoom in on the effect on the ships themselves, the ones that are affected, so they can see the effect?
Oh yeah, more little ghosty faces. Ooh, so spooky.
Yeah, the inspiration for those ghostly faces are the enemies that are affected by this are trembling in fear in front of this massive anomaly. So their crew is just absolutely given up, and that's why they get minus subsystem power and also barely are able to maneuver the ship.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, the visuals are amazing. That is cool.
I do want to call out it lasts longer than Gravity Well. The pull, I think, is a little stronger, but I think the damage per tick is, I think about, if I remember correctly how we tuned it, it's about on par with Gravity Well 2 or 3, the actual per tick damage, but it's psionic, so nobody has resistances to it.
Indeed. It pierces all of the shields.
Yeah.
Eric?
The big explosion at the end, though, is where you get the most of it. So what you want to do is gather as many people into this thing as you can over time, and then get it to explode.
Indeed.
In their faces.
Oh yeah, and the passive of the console is also very interesting. It gives you, if I remember correctly, 10% reduced cooldown on all universal consoles. So it
would passive.
Yes, even if you don't like the effect of the console, you can just slot it in for the passive effect for itself, because that 10% cooldown reduction is going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And
they also give it a bonus to fire damage so that it can synergize with the other existing.
That's a really good console.
Which all deal fire damage.
We had to do the classic.
That looks really good, to be honest.
Yeah. And then there's a starship trait as well on this, which I think I designed, and I just had you implement this for me. Is that right? Am I remembering right?
I gave you a few ideas, and then you just combined them into one and said, okay, that's cool. This is Hypnotic Mindwave. It's an AoE confuse upon an activation of a universal console. It can happen only once every 15 seconds. But in a 5-kilometer radius, you confuse every enemy around you for a scaling amount, a scaling duration. And alongside that, it also has a permanent passive, which is 20% damage versus confused or placated foes. Because confusion isn't very common in space.
Yeah, I think we saw there's only 2 bridge officer powers that do it.
Yeah. But placate is quite often seen. So yeah.
So the damage bonus on this, in case it's unclear, is always active. So anytime you are doing damage to an enemy that is confused or placated, you'll gain that damage bonus. You'll benefit from it.
Yeah.
The range on the confuse is a point blank 5k around yourself when you activate a universal console.
Yes.
Yeah, this looks really good. Legitimately, this
yeah,
all looks
some
good.
people are commenting on the use of and confused and placated. This is just a text error. It's supposed to be or placated because it affects like even if it's only placated the enemy, it also it takes
Voktar?
10% bonus damage.
TAR is what it
Let
looks
me
like.
see if I can actually.
If it
activate
doesn't
this,
say
'cause I think it's
bonus,
got
it should be
visuals
Cat
attached
1.
to it as well. Yeah, just a little pulse like that with the more ghost faces.
Yeah. We really went
We
on
didn't
that
want it
one.
to make it too noisy, so we don't actually make it like a 5k fill. It's more of just a very brief, just a very little brief activation effect for it.
Yep.
And that is the Fictory Voktar Science Vessel.
We
Voktar,
actually
there you
had
go.
a question from a player, and it was why or how did you guys think of bringing the Fikiri ship back for a winter event ship?
I think it was actually that we had, our two big themes for winter are typically either Fikiri or Breen. And we had already been doing Breen stuff because of the Discovery Season 5. We'd done both the Breen Courier and the Breen Juggernaut, as well as a bunch of other miscellaneous Breen things. So I think that kind of just pushed our gaze back to Fikiri to revisit that theming. I think that was one of the main sources of inspiration.
Yeah,
there.
Bridger.
There's other things we could do for winter. Sometimes we've done ships that don't
Potentially.
fit either of those themes, but this year we had this idea, and I think it was actually maybe Hector and Thomas really just wanted to do another cool flaming ship in space, and they kind of pushed that direction, which I'm happy with. It's a good inspiration for all the other rewards that we build. Phil had a great time building the fire cannons and all that. So
we noticed
good
that,
stuff.
I think.
Yeah.
All right.
And also, who doesn't love some Fikiri stuff? Like, you guys are getting all of your Star Trek-y, like, sci-fi stuff in the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
This looks
It
good.
was the only way we could tempt Alex to do a ship was say, oh, it's going to be something like a Nautiloid.
So the ship is basically an improved Vern. So for any of you that just got the Stealing Time Muds bundle, I mean, you're still getting backstep from the Vern, which is really big for science builds. So that's not like a complete loss. Like that's still a really big console for that. The ship is an upgrade over a very popular science platform. It doesn't have hangar bays like the Arc Rail, but still for like someone getting into the science playstyle, this is going to be a very good ship. The console, with its like green gravel effect and the passives on it, that looks to be pretty good. The trait, that also, I don't think it's as good as what most of us are running, but I think at a budget level, that's going to be a very solid trait.
I see a lot of very happy people.
You can take your screenshots.
Oh, somebody was asking for it, yeah.
Yes, the ship blocks will also come with the usual tooltips.
That's a budget
screenshots,
trait, yeah.
And the awesome images that our designers make.
I saw an interesting question from Scotty H7 in the chat. The space trait, how it stacks. The debuffs that you put on somebody that give them the negative damage resistance only affect your own damage. So technically, the target can get hit by multiple people using this, and it'll look like they have multiple stacks of the multiple energy types. But each individual source of those traits only benefits from their own debuffs. So mechanically, it doesn't stack, even though it will visually look like it does. Does that make sense? Sometimes I get really worried that this is too complicated the way that I'm describing it.
I mean,
people like the details. Fine.
These are the hardcore players. They ask questions that I never even wondered about. So
yeah. The console is not bound to the ship. You can use it if once you obtain it, you can use it on any ship that you prefer. Yeah.
Yep. As I mentioned, even if you don't like the active, you can just use it for the passive.
Mm-hmm. But why would you not
want to fly that ship?
But why would you not want a massive black hole?
Yeah. I like how the
icons
icons
you can
a
use
little
it
bit
with
of
gravity well.
You absolutely can.
It's so it does have a secondary deflector, as you
Yeah,
guys
I
can
could
see there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might have.
No rainbow support. Yeah, the debuff trait that
if
they
it didn't
showed from
change
the
it
winter
automatically,
event,
it
that
wouldn't
is going to
probably
only
be.
affect you. But still, that makes rainbow builds very potent, and they were already pretty much competitive. So
Yes, I did.
rainbow
Yes.
build meta incoming.
It's my magnum opus.
It sure seems like it.
By the way, guys, we also have Neverwinter. If you have noticed yet.
If you love fantasy, go give it a shot. It's not Star Trek, but it is fantasy. It's good. I think that's all we have to show today, Sana.
Yeah.
Do you want to do any sort of wrap up here?
Yes, I'm gonna. So all of you have a last chance to do questions, while I'll pick some winners. Also, I've seen the question around. We've also answered it, I think, on all of our social media and Discord. I know some of you have seen the news of the transition with Embracer right now and with the change in ownership. I just want to say there will be a much bigger official statement down the line. I'm not going to say a lot, but the development will stay the same. You should not notice any changes. We're working very hard to prevent that. You will most likely see me around again and have these streams going on. Right now, nothing is changing. So just stay tuned. We have another stream next week with some more awesome designers from our team. And then the holidays are coming and the winter event is here. So none of that is changing for now.
Right, I guess we didn't actually officially say that, but this comes out next Tuesday, right?
Yes.
On the 9th.
On the 9th.
So
How
the
big
winter
is the
event
ship? We don't
and
know.
all of these rewards will be available to you to play with in 1 week.
They're over on
Yep,
Twitch.
and while you wait for that next week, you can join us and look at the other ship we have coming.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, all get together in your Moopsy sweaters next week and send me screenshots or let me join. Well, I try to make
Or
my
as
own.
swarms of Crampiri wandering the winter wonderland.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you're looking for me, I'm just staring.
So the winter event, starts next Tuesday. That's when this ship goes live, and if you're wanting to buy it out, if you don't want to do the event, the buyout for the summer and winter events is usually 1,000 Lobi crystals. If you're going to do that, I would recommend you just do the daily race prior to buying it out, so you save at least 50 Lobi. But yeah, I'll probably buy this out day one next week, play around with it on stream. And whatever the other ship is, which I anticipate will be a lockbox ship, I'll also be taking a look at that if it's any good.
But we'll get that patched up.
Yeah.
And then I think oh gosh, I should have written these down. I can't remember. I think there's one other known issue. Just to let you guys know, we know about it. We weren't able to fix it before it goes live because of the simultaneous console release.
But we are working on it.
It will be fixed.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I think that is it. I know some of you guys asked about dates for other events. When is this coming live on console? When is this happening? I just put in the link. Just join our Discord. Ask me again on Discord. Because I don't have the.
Okay, they're
roadmap
closing
released.
things up there. But yeah, the effects there for the visuals that they showed looked really good. Let's bring this down here. I'll recap stuff in a video either later today or tomorrow. But the ship here, the grand prize for this 2025 winter event is the Fakiri Vokhtar Temporal Science Vessel. It's 3-3, secondary deflector, no hangar bay. For the bridge officer layout, it's very close to a Vern from what I recall. So you've got a commander, science with temporal operative, lieutenant commander science, lieutenant commander universal, lieutenant tac with intel, and an ensign engineer. So you can use both of those tac seats for intel abilities, and then you're just stuck with the one forced ensign engineer there. That's a lot of science you can put on this ship. Am I going to do the buyout? Yes, I will. Twinkling lights, yeah, it did. Oh yeah, were they going to show the Vandy shut off on other ships? No, they forgot to. Okay. But yeah, the trait here, Twinkling Lights, this is a rainbow build trait, basically. So when damaging a foe with Phaser, Disruptor, Tetrion, Polaron, Plasma, or Anti-Proton Directed Energy Weapon damage, it'll give you a -20 debuff against the foes until they're defeated, and that will stack once per energy type. So if you're just using Phaser, that would be -20 debuff that you're applying to everything. That alone is still like a must-slot trait for folks, but then add in what this does for a rainbow setup where you can get 120 debuff against everything. Like, that's massive. The new traits are from the winter event store. So what that means is that the winter event materials all probably have just seen a nice spike up on the exchange. No, Martin, it was going to be one this week, and the other ship showing off next week is what I'd seen. I can't see this staying as is. I mean, even if they halved that down to -10, like, you're still talking about 60 debuff. But the point of this is to buff up an alternative playstyle. You know, most people are focused on their pure Phaser setup, pure Plasma. You know, they're going to want to stick to what they have. This is a really good option for people that are not necessarily as invested into a specific weapon type, or if they're willing to mix things up. Like, this is basically, you're going to take like all of these special weapons from the different damage types, mix them together, and make a really strong build. Like, that's a really powerful trait, and that's going to be super accessible on the not the exchange, via the winter event store. Yeah, exactly, Hyper. And that damage resistance debuff only affects your outgoing damage. So if you're a support focused player, you can't use this to debuff targets for your allies. I know this is probably a little hard to read. I'm sorry, guys. You guys know how the stream quality is there. They're like 720p with not the best bitrate. Nice thing about not liking the Uncon meta, you don't have to follow it. Yes, exactly. Turret build on the Typhon with Type 7's going to rock. Yeah, Mark to Chief, yes, absolutely. Rainbow builds were already viable. I'm pretty sure I've done a rainbow build like on stream sometime in the past 6 months and shown like over 2 mil with it. Like, rainbow setups were already quite competitive. So yeah, this is a really big boost for them. Camera frozen? Damn it. This Razer camera keeps screwing up. Are we back? There we go. Yeah, I want to squeeze a bit more out of it with an experimental weapon. Yeah. The rainbow trait's really cool, and then there's a bunch of ground stuff which I don't have pictures for right now. We'll probably wait for the blog to come out with more detailed pics for all that stuff, because it's hard to read on the stream. But the winter ship, it's a Fakiri ship with awesome visuals. It's got a solid bridge officer layout for a science build. It's got a green Gravwell console that has passives on it for buffing fire damage and psionic, and also for reducing the cooldown on your universal consoles. Yeah, it's a really strong ship. You know, it's not as good as the Ark Royal, sure, but for like a free event ship, that's hella good for science. Now, I know science isn't the most popular playstyle, but I think people are going to be very happy with that. And especially, like, you know, just the accessories it's got there. Like, that console, 34.2% fire and psionic damage. And if you have the, what is it? Hyperion, is that it? The summer ship from a couple years ago. From Lower Decks. I think it's the Hyperion or something. Like, that's got some fire accessories on it too. Yeah, Dragon's Blood, yeah. So if you're a science player, especially, like, this is a definitely a must-have, and I think for everyone, like that's a really good console to have access to. And you know that trait, especially at a budget level, I think that's a fine trait. Hesperian, okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean overall, I think that this is a good set of releases that they're doing here. You know, the winter event, the summer event are usually where they try to do something a little bit different, and I think they've done a really good job here. Like these are ships and accessories that I am excited to go in and play around with. Now I'm curious to see what the lockbox ship is. I presume it's lockbox, probably Infinity, that'll be dropping next week also. But they'll be revealing that next week. Yeah, I do think it's one of the better event ships. Yeah, it looks really good. Summer ship was kind of a flop, so it's nice. Yeah, I mean the summer ship was like an acquired taste. Like it's not bad, but it definitely was a bit more niche. Yeah, default cooldown is 2 minutes. Yeah, it's a very good event ship, yeah. Is there any other psionic space weapon? I don't recall. I truthfully don't recall. A Sovereign X, I wish. Yeah, I mean the fact is there's so many different ways you can get over 1 million now. If you don't like Uncon, like Dan said, you know there's other ways to get over 1 million. Uncon just happens to be the easiest route to getting to that higher performance tier, but that it's not the only way. The Golex weapon, yes, thank you. Yeah, the reduction of cooldowns for all universal consoles just by being slotted, yeah. On top of that being a Gravwell, like that's really good. Yeah, I forgot about that experimental weapon. It's not the most powerful experimental weapon, but yeah, if you're not doing hexacannons or the Gorn, it is in the upper tier. I guess that's still like a top 5. It's just crazy how much of a gap there is between like the top 1 or 2 experimental weapons and everything else. Like that gold type, you could probably get 100 out of it, like 100k in a good run, but in the same situation, you might be able to get 200 to 250 out of hexes if you're flying right. Yeah, even if you're at a fraction of 1 million, it's fine. It's all PvE content. Yeah, absolutely. You know, you don't need to be doing 1 million DPS to get through any content in the game. You know, just playing it normally. You know, just pushing for those higher numbers is just something to keep you engaged with the game. It's a way to explore the build side of things. No. The complex plasma fires does plasma damage. It's fun, yes. I believe they said it's a 5-kilometer radius. Yeah, so that's the one limitation for this console. It's not a full Gravwell replacement because it is just a 5-kilometer radius. I don't know if that can be scaled up, but that is going to be the limitation of this console. You're still going to want to have a Gravwell on. So it's a really powerful pull, but only within 5 kilometers. With the event finished, what is the new event before the winter one? Ralph, it looks like nothing. We have a week of quiet before the storm. Will it be an Uncon proc? Yeah. It's the nature of a game based on numbers. There will always be a meta. And they're FunCon, and whatever the new meta becomes, someone else will hate. Yeah, I mean, people hated ISOMAGs. People hated, you know, the TAC consoles back in the day. No matter what the meta is, people are going to hate it. And the thing is, like, there is... The only universal meta is that damage is basically the only thing that matters. In this, like, when you're looking at most playstyles, you know, you want a tank, you need to do more damage to draw a threat effectively. You want to survive better, do more damage. But that's like the overall meta. But besides that, there's many ways to approach it. camera dead again. Damn it. Yeah. This camera. It's a Razer camera that I got a while back, and it's yeah. Yeah, I talked about that on a recent stream. Like Uncon, the reason that I think we're seeing them lean into Uncon a little bit is because, you know, it's something getting a lot of discussion, but you know, us going out and filling all of our console slots on ships with a bunch of universal consoles instead of, you know, some cheap crafted consoles, you know, at the end of the day, that's more profitable for them, you know, thinking about it the Ferengi way. Yeah, I think the console looks good. Meta for your EC bank account. Yeah, I mean, for sure. You can make a very powerful theme setup, you know, following many of the meta tricks, like without diving into every last bit of the like full min-max meta. Like you can make a really nice themed phaser setup that looks good and, you know, is very immersive. My only worry about Uncon is if the spam is contributing to the server issues. We were seeing issues with server performance well before like Uncon came into the scene. The Stowe has always had server performance issues to some extent. It's just that it's never been as visible as it is right now. Worth reaching out or hang on a bit? You can reach out. Let's go back to the Deca channel here. Yeah, I really like the visuals of that console. Like, this is the console from the winter ship. That visual right there, that is very immersive to me. Yeah, if you're looking for build help, you know, there's the builds Discord, the CasualSAB Discord. There's a bunch of different resources to get build help out there. For the builds Discord, I believe our link is currently down. I think we're down one boost right now. Oh, Jonesy, thank you. Mac, thank you for that. Yeah, so let me get a link for the builds Discord here. So yeah, if you're not already in the builds Discord, here is the link. Do I think this console will work with the traits that work with anomalies? That's a good question. That depends on how they have it flagged under the hood. Started seeing the beginnings of the current issues around Season 10. I remember when Jet was there, one of the issues that Jet found that was causing performance issues was how many calculations were happening for players under the hood. Like, there was a cap of 1,000, and we were, like, easily, you know, able to achieve that. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something like that going on again. Small TLDR. I'll be doing a recap video either later tonight or tomorrow morning going over everything, but it's a really... there's some good rewards here from the event itself and for the winter ship. Actually, let me go over the... There's a new space straight here, which I guess is a better picture in my Discord. Hold on. Stowe General. Hold on, let me pull up the stuff from Mac here again. So here's the trait that you can get from the winter event store using the winter currencies, which are really easy to obtain. So this trait here is a resistance debuff against foes you hit, and it's going to scale up as you use more energy weapon variants. So using Phaser, Disruptor, Tetrion, Polaron, Plasma, Anti-Proton, you know, each of those you use is going to stack up a 20 damage resistance debuff against that foe. So, rainbow build. Now very, very competitive. For the ship itself here, let me get some of these other pictures opened up here. But the ship itself is like an upgraded Vern, I think is how a lot of people are going to look at it. It's 3/3 temporal science vessel. It does have temporal and intel, and there's only one forced non-psi seat to worry about, an ensign engineer. Yeah, Commander Psi Temporal, Lieutenant Commander Psi, Lieutenant Commander Universal, Lieutenant TAC Intel, and then Ensign Engineer. Like for a pure science build, that's really good. The console is a Super Gravwell. It has a 5-kilometer range and will suck everything in within that range. And it has really good passives on it, plus 34% fire and psionic damage, and also 10% cooldown reduction for universal consoles. Yeah. And the trait, the trait's more budget oriented, budget focused. Some people may find use for it on alts, but I probably won't use this trait too much. If you have access to like the stronger traits, this probably won't do much for you. But for someone just getting started, you know, spamming universal consoles is going to be working well with that. Yeah. Someone has cleared out the beam isomag market. PvP will use it, yeah. I mean, but overall, like I'm really happy with what they showed off today. There is also some ground stuff which I wasn't focused as much on, but like for for recent store releases, this is very much on the stronger side. Like that, this is legitimately a release that I'm actually excited to go in and play around with. Like this is a good ship, good set of accessories that they've come out with. The Doom ground weapon, yeah. Pulled yours off the market as soon as you saw the trait. Are there weapons that cover several damage types at once? There is for ground, the cyclical stuff. I don't think there is for space. But yeah, it's a good ship. I'm excited for it. My ships are all covered in beams and cannons. What was the ground trait? It was... Hold on. Yeah, so the ground trait, you guys know how there's the summer kit frame that like gives you the elemental buffs. The issue is we can't really read it with the resolution of the streams they have. But it's giving some buffs based on which elemental kit modules you're using. Did they say anything about the sale? No. The Embracer situation, well, they did say, that they're working on like another statement that goes into things a bit more in depth. Running out of console slots, need X3? Yeah. Cypher, I don't know. They did not answer that. Yeah, Gast, I believe there is, but that's not going to be reliable enough. Yeah. That proc, I don't even know if the proc would work for it. They use Twitch because Twitch is still seen as being a great spot to like spread awareness of the game. I think YouTube is the better platform. That's why I generally prefer to do things on YouTube. With YouTube, I can also stream at a much higher quality rating if I want. Right now I'm just at 1080p, like 10 meg, but I've been able to do streams on here at like 50 meg before 4K. It just has a little bit more delay. This goes live next Tuesday on all platforms. December 9th. Yeah, the Twitch has its own set of issues for sure. If you buy YouTube Premium, you don't need YouTube Premium to see things at 4K. My camera's froze again. Damn it. This thing is annoying me. But yeah, the visuals of the ground stuff is really cool. Richard, like there's the new ground weapon that they were showing off, and you can light enemies on fire with it. So many new stickers. The patriotic corn farmer face is too overpowered. Oh no. Rem? But yeah. It's not quite a flamethrower, so here it is in action. Really cool visual. Oh no. And Mac, thank you for getting onto Real Merch there. I appreciate it. Well, when they're showing the stuff off, they're on like a blank character, so the numbers always look weak. We'll find out how it is when players actually get it next week. Starfleet committing war crimes. Looks like a portable, the floor is lava. Guy in the warehouse was very surprised. Yeah. Okay. Well, I need to wrap things up here. I'll get a recap video out going over everything here in the near future. But thank you to everyone for tuning in. And again, I will be live next week, actually playing around and testing the new stuff out with this ship. And I know folks are tired of seeing me do the same old plasma CSV on everything, so we'll make sure it's something a little bit different. They didn't leak the lockbox ship. They did. Jeremy did have a ship box in his inventory. We might have got it. Hold on. We got to enhance. Where did he show his inventory? Here we go. I look like a Fed ship. Yeah, right next to the lobby. Looks like a Fed ship almost. It's white. I don't know. Could be something else, but enhance. Yeah. Dan, thank you. Rainbow build? A rainbow build wouldn't be very different from what I'm doing now, to be perfectly honest. Like, yeah. Rainbow is very close to the current meta. Like, if I can do a 2.5 million with the plasma CSV setup, I can probably do like 2.3, 2.4 with Rainbow. So yeah. Terran Lamar. The Lamar's been insanely popular from what I've seen, so I mean, if I was them, I would certainly cash in on that some more. A massive moopsie. It was always planned to be one ship this week, one ship next week. Yeah. Marked or Chief, yes. And what if the broadside beam fought trait, if the phaser damage from that counts to trigger the phaser portion, that'd be really cool. Eclectic. Well, Eclectic is more for different weapon types. not necessarily different damage flavors. So, I mean, unless you're already planning to mix, you know, like the cannons, beams, and so on. Rainbow builds to kill off complex. We'll have to do some testing. But, I mean, that amount of debuff is very, very potent. Torpedo build to make Nick happy? No. I'm not going to do that. I'm tired of the Tort playstyle. I'm too casual for it nowadays. Yeah, it's Rainbow is, a lot of people think rainbow builds are bad right now, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Rainbow setups are perfectly capable of performing at a very high level. Check your email. Don't want to do that on stream. Did you? Okay, let me pull up my Gmail here. Yeah, I see they just approved some. I don't see a payout yet, though. Yeah, I see some stuff was approved, but I don't see a payment yet. But hopefully. Camera? Oh. Yes. I know. I'm going to have to buy a new camera. Why couldn't I have run into these issues like a couple days ago while everything was still on sale? It's still... Yeah, why couldn't I have run into these camera issues days ago? Yeah. Yeah, it immediately screwed up again. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, stream next week, and it sounds like there's going to be a lot of things to play around with. Yeah. 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 Okay. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you guys around.